Why Cooking. I'm Corey.
I'm Andrew.
Cooking turkey, ground turkey. Got the pan going hot already.
What are we turning the ground turkey into?
Oh, that's right. We're making chili today. Did I not tell you that? Oh, yeah. I'm great with introductions, can't you tell? Just don't come to a party with me where I'm going to tell you who everybody is and then I get to introduce you to everybody. That ain't happening. Okay, so I'm putting 2 pounds of ground turkey in a hot pan. It's meat, so I'm not greasing any of it. Oh, isn't that lovely? Alright. So we got meat cooking. I'm going to wash my hands really quick. Well, that's starting to go. So we got to chop the vegetables for the chili, and to make things easier, safer, cut it down to a size you can deal with in your own hands. And just chop it salt and small, so if it's rounded, you get rid of the rounded sides. Makes it nice and small. We're just doing a small, rough chop. It's chili, nothing fancy. And you want to hold the knife in your hand comfortably, kind of grip it, roll your fingertips back, and you rock the blade. Not looking for anything perfect, not looking for anything, specific size, just chopping it up. Alright, so we got turkey finished cooking, so I just put it into a bowl. And then I chopped up all the carrots. I got that on the stove boiling in water so it speeds up the process so we don't have to wait for everything to boil in the pot of chili. That'll be good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to chop up the onion. A couple different ways you can do it. This is one of the ways they taught us, kind of speeding up things up. Slice a couple times down the side. After I've already peeled it, kind of cut it down that direction. Cut it sideways, making sure you got your fingers up, or you can just cut it down this way. And then again, you're just holding the blade and just rocking the blade. And it's nice and chopped up so much faster. And then this end piece, I just kind of rough chop. Again, it's rough chopping everything, it's chili. Nothing fancy. Alright, so we're going to do this the opposite direction. We're going to start on this side. It's a little bit of a bigger onion, so we're going to put 2 cuts that direction. You go 3/4 of the way through. Well, more than 3/4 of the way through. But almost to the end. Alright, right now I'm cutting up celery, because I don't like huge chunks of celery. I just split them all in half. After I've already washed them all, cut off the core, all the stems, all the leaves, add that to my stock bucket, and just rock through each stalk. Or you can cut a couple stalks at a time. Go as slow as you need to cut smoothly. And as you get smoother, as you get more practice for it, the speed will come in time.
After coring the green peppers and chopping them in half, we have...
Alright, cut it from the inside because it's easier, and you just cut it into strips. Always watch your fingers. And then you can kind of bunch it together, and again, just chop it and roll the knife.
Alright, so now we're going to tie everything together. What do we got?
Alright, putting a little bit of oil. I go with the extra virgin olive oil. Get a little bit of that in the pan. I still got some of the grease from the turkey in there. The turkey didn't really have a lot of grease to it because it's a healthier, leaner meat. As I overburn that. Alright, so heat up the oil. Toss the onions in. Let the oil heat up a little bit. Okay, it's starting to sizzle a little bit. It's just some of that grease in there. Now it's going to sizzle some more. We're going to cook this up. Make sure they're nice and They're going to start getting a little translucent, get a little aromatic. That heat.
Okay, so we're cooking the onions first till they're sweaty, before they're about half cooked, because they take longer and it adds the flavor into everything else. Now we're going to add...
Now we're going to start adding the green pepper and the celery. And I've been mixing the onions every little bit, just kind of getting things going. And now we're adding the green pepper and the celery to get those heated up, get those a little softer. Then we're gonna go for the carrots. Okay, cool. So I'm mixing around a little bit, and everything's all nice mixed together, hot, sweaty, and still pretty firm, a little moist, not quite broken down yet, where it's just mush. So now I'm throwing in some bay leaves, throwing in some salt, throwing in some pepper, and that's just to start seasoning it, getting some flavor, a little bit more flavor going, bringing out some more flavors, because everything is kind of seasoned to taste at the end. A little bit as you go, a little bit at the end, finishing touches. Got that. Now we're just going to start adding things. So we got the beans, and this is the only pot I have of this size, so we'll see if it's all going to be big enough, or if I'm going to need to upgrade to a bigger pot.
This is going to be close.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a little tight. Kind of mix a little bit at a time. Forgot those. And I boiled the carrots. They're all nice and soft. So I'm just going to actually use the carrot water. Add that to the chili. Save a step. Don't waste. I'm not wasting the water. Instead of having to add fresh water all the time, all that flavor, all the extra vitamins that went into the water, put it right into the chili. One main ingredient. Yeah, some tomato sauce. These are just cut up. They're called chef's cut tomatoes. That some all get cooking. Oh yeah, this is going to be a tight squeeze. This is all veggies, next to no liquid in here. We're going to make it happen. Alright, so this has been sitting for about an hour, slow cooking all the veggies together, and making everything, just making the house smell amazing. Now I'm adding tomato paste, kind of thicken things up, and then I'm going to add a little bit more water. Finish it up with some of my Southern Dry Rub. A little fast here. This in. Half cup of that. I actually just measured something for once. Give this a nice slow stir.
Then with everything in here, about how long is this whole vat going to cook?
This whole vat's just gonna, now that the vegetables, everything's brought to the nice consistency, more of a softer texture. If you guys like it as like some of the veggies still crunchy, cook a little less. I like it a little kind of softer base. It's not mush, but everything's still got some consistency, some body to it. So I'm gonna cook this all together till it's smooth, and that can be 5-10 minutes. I think, just to make sure I've kind of blended everything in, because I'm still going to add a little bit of water. So give it about 5-10 minutes, and this thing will be done. Good to go. As you can see, it's a nice thick chili. That all that tomato paste is getting absorbed in and just sucking up all that water that's still left in there. It's a very thick and hearty chili. I just keep the extra pot of water right next to me. So as I go, I add it in. And if you guys like a little spicier, add a little bit more spice. If you guys like a little thicker, add less water. Just try to add each ingredient one at a time, or a couple at a time, depending on what step of the process you're at. Make sure it's mixed in, make sure it's cooked in, make sure it's cooked. You know, so I cooked the carrots first because I really wanted to make sure those were brought to the same point everything else was. Oh, my favorite part. Right amount of spice. Right amount of spice. That's what you know, don't be afraid to taste your own food as you're making it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing new videos every Wednesday. Next week, giant pan of loaded